God is not enough. When there's a funky demand on your life, I can't get my peace or my relaxation from God. I have to get it from the world because the wine or the alcohol or the drink, they're drinking spirits. But just because you want to flip it into what's going to reason your way into drinking, you're going to change it into something else. But it says it right there in front of your face. See, wine is a mocker. It's telling you, come get some spirits. But you're like, it doesn't really say spirits. It's talking about something else. It's right there in front of your face. See, it's so subtle how actually the world system is subtle, but it's subtle from the angle of like it knows you better than you. You know, like you get the pack of cigarettes and they say it'll kill you. It knows you're gonna ignore it. Like if I lie to you, you probably say cigarette's gonna kill me. But I'm telling you the cigarette's gonna kill you, you trying to trick me. Or like we used to say when they had a commercial years ago. We're going to Ephesians 5. They had a commercial. It might still have it. I'm not sure. It was like this is drugs. The guy would crack an egg, and then he would put the egg in a frying pan and start frying. It says, "This is your brain on drugs." So we would be sitting there getting high, going, "See, they trying to stop us from having our fun." So what they did was they spent all this money to make a commercial, and they fed that commercial in the attic in this house in Newark, New Jersey, to us on a little TV to stop us from having our fun. That was it. Because the commercial couldn't possibly be true. Right? That was our thinking. But it was a skewed view because we actually were on drugs at the time. All right, so Ephesians 5:18, we was actually talking about this last night at dinner because this was my excuse for my reasoning for drinking when I was drinking. Ephesians 5:18, it says, "Be not drunk with wine, wherein is excess." It says, "But be filled with the Spirit." So I used to stop the scripture at wherein is excess. I was, be not drunk with wine, wherein is excess. So when people would talk to me, I was like, I'm not excessively drinking. So I was comparing it to my days of drinking Cases and Jack Daniels and Remy Martin. So since I had reduced it down to, some wine here or there, then I was like, well, I'm not doing it in excess. So me and my wife, and we had back in '93 or so, we had the conversation. I was like, this ain't nothing, in comparison. It's like I ain't doing it in excess. And I gave her that scripture. Of course, she wasn't reading the Bible all like that anyway. So that was my scripture. I'm not being drunk with wine wherein is excess. The whole scripture says, but be filled with the Spirit. So it's given a contrast. It's saying don't try to intoxicate yourself with wine, the excess of wine. Be filled with the Spirit. See, look at the contrast. It's saying don't even get a taste of the Spirit. Be filled up with the Spirit. Actually, the Greek interpretation of that is be being filled. Just, in other words, excessively be filled with the Spirit versus excessively being drunk with wine. So it's saying that if you're being drunk with wine, why? You're trying to numb something, or you're trying to ease something, or you're trying to grab some level of peace or get rid of some pain. It says, why don't you just be filled with the Spirit? Why you may be numbing yourself. We used to college. We used to the Kramer Active Gel, or it's like a extreme Bengay, and the whole thing was to numb pain. So we would put it on our knees, calves, thighs, pack it on. We just pack it on because the whole thing coming up was jumping out of the sky. I've told this story 1,000 times, but the thing is, what it does is numbing the pain. Pain actually, you might not realize this, is actually your friend. Pain, like your body is designed like a car. So when there's a trauma in a certain area, it releases the door for pain, and pain goes to that area, creates a signal to let you know there's something wrong, so you can take care of it. So imagine if you get, so in our case, we was getting pain in our knees, but we were numbing the pain. You know, they do it with cortisone and stuff like that to pro athletes and stuff. Well, the signal's saying you're going too far. You need to do something about this. But if the signal's numb, what happens? You go beyond the capacity that you're supposed to. So you can end up hurting yourself. The difference between being filled with the Spirit and drunk in the Spirit keeps you aware of where you are in your proximity, your boundaries with God, and what you're doing in your life. Because you're saturated with the Spirit. You're saturated with wine, it just numbs the pain. When you come up out of that stupor, it's probably worse than it was before because you went beyond the capacity that you were supposed to go, but you was numb to it. All right, that's all we're gonna do for today because I gotta finish.